The mayor is unresponsive. The effigy looming in the town center pulses with dark energy similar to that which has entrapped the villagers. It may be acting as a focus to hold the spell in place. If it could be destroyed, the spell might be broken.
The effigy is protected by powerful magic. It seems it will take more than brute force to break this curse.
The bulletin that Mayor White was posting at the time he was struck by the spell indicates that there have been some strange happenings in the town lately. It is likely these events are connected to whatever cast this spell on the village. Perhaps there might be records from other villagers that could shed some light on the source of this magic. One fast
Due to
wheel.
several recent
Show lazy.
disappearances, a new curfew will be strictly enforced in Fallhaven. For your protection, all villagers are expected to retire to their homes no later than sundown. In addition, we have received reports of dangerous creatures in the foothills. Anyone with business outside the town
no
limits
can
is
IPLZ.
urged to use caution. Please report any suspicious persons or activity to Mayor White at once.
Dear Foreman Stolton, I apologise for the delay in the latest butchery shipment. I was given some plant scraps by a kindly old woman down the way for my pig feed, but I'm afraid it may have been tainted. My swine have become afflicted with a malady that makes them unusually aggressive. It has been difficult to corral them for transport. I will attempt another shipment by week's end.
The town's ledger lists a record of the comings and goings of people and goods through the city of Fallhaven.
Dearest husband, I don't know who you think you're fooling, but I've seen you sneaking out into the foothills while you think I'm asleep. Whatever it is you're up to, it better not involve that crazy woman in the woods. She's a dangerous one.
But not half as dangerous as I'll be if I find out you're up to no good.
I don't know where these blasted flies came from, but they've returned each morning for a fortnight now. At this rate, we'll run out of feed for the pigs in a month's time. What curse has befallen this place? I'd bet my last torch it has something to do with that old crew.
The writings you were able to find all have one common thread, an old woman who recently arrived in town. This ledger may contain some information to her whereabouts. The ledger indicates that an old woman named Helena Gentle recently took up residence in a house down the road from the town. The villagers' writings point to her being involved somehow with a variety of maladies that struck the village recently. It's possible that she may know what's behind this spell, if it hasn't afflicted her as well.
What can I do for you?
Why hello there, young woman. We don't get many visitors to Fallhaven. What brings you to my home? A curse on the villagers. Oh my, how dreadful. Although, to be honest, there have been some strange happenings around Fallhaven of late. I wonder if these could be culprit. Take a seat and have a spot of tea. I'll tell you all that I know.
Look always to the sea.
Insipid outsider! This village is mine! The mother has willed it! You should turn away now, lest you share their fate.
In her haste, it looks like Helena left her spellbook behind. The pages of this book detail the ritual that she used to entrap the villagers of Fallhaven. It seems the effigy holding the spell in the village is protected by smaller ones surrounding the town. If these are destroyed, you may be able to affect the one holding the spell on the townsfolk.
The wildlife in the foothills appear to be under Helena's spell, and this villager appears to be one of their victims. They must be the cause of the recent disappearances from Fallhaven. Perhaps if their numbers were cut down, they would pose less of a threat to the townspeople.
Outsider! You dare! I will show you the Coven's power! Our power is ancient! You will fall! You cannot stop my curse!
The crone is defeated, and will no longer pose a threat to the people of Fallhaven. However, her curse on the village still lingers. With the cursed wildlife cult, the villagers of Fallhaven should no longer have to fear the foothills.
Mainlander, eh?
My grandson is always getting into trouble, but this is something else. Thank the light. I was taking care of my grandson and his friends. I told them to play quietly while I took a nap. When I woke up, they'd left a note saying they were going on an expedition. They think they'll find Titan relics in the Trog caverns. They're too young to fight Trogs and I'm too old. My bad knee almost gave out getting here. You look strapping. Find my grandson and the rest of the Adventurers Society. Send them home. These Trogs are a menace to the whole area. They raid camps and caravans and eat the livestock when they come down from their caves. The kids being up there might set them off. Slay some of those Trogs before they decide to cause trouble.
This land is cursed.
This is a child-sized backpack. A junior explorer pin is attached to the back. It appears to have been emptied by the Trogs.
liked.
I'm gonna
I
be an
told
explorer. You look like you've been in a fight. Did you introduce those trogs to the business end of your weapon? That's what I would have done. Give them a good right hook. And then a left. Yeah. Bam. I bet they're sorry for messing with you. Hey. You found our stuff? Nigel's grandpa is nice and all, but he'd have slowed us down. Adventure, fortune, and fame awaited. Maybe we should have brought a weapon or something though. My friends and I want to be explorers, so we made the society. There are trogs here, right? So that means there's probably ancient stuff nearby. The books say trogs like shiny things, so we pooled some of our allowance and gave them gold so we could dig. It didn't work out like we expected. I escaped, but they've got my friends. I've been trying to think about how to get them out. Could you do it? We'll include you in our exploration report as an honorary member.
Bye!
The discarded paper contains a list of the items the Adventurers Society has found during the course of their excavation here at the Northern Caverns. It is unlikely they actually found relics, but there's no harm in recovering the items the kids found. At the least, they're souvenirs of the adventure. HRTOM Alladicon SOM var Allergist Mofist. Var en Pils Det, Zagak Alladicon til Fiskehander er nog Skrek UT.
Do you have scurvy? Ahoy! Do I sound like a pirate? Daddy says I need my
I'm gonna be an
sword,
explorer.
but I've already got 2 legs.
Yay. You saved my friends. I mean, they probably could have escaped on their own, but it was nice you could distract the trogs for M. I'm gonna be an explorer. Whoa. You found our relics. Aren't they neat? Isn't our stuff neat? We found real relics. I bet Brand Bronzebeard will be impressed. We're gonna write to him once we get back home. That's everyone but Nigel. He's in a big cave. I bet he went in there to look for relics, but now he's tied up. Would you save him too?
Anchors away! Do you have scurvy?
Nigel. There you are.
You mind your business.
Thank you for saving my grandson and his friends. I'm sure they will make fine explorers when they're adults. Which will be about the time they are no longer grounded.
You laugh at Thaddeus Gramps' rift hold.
They blight fall
You kids
upon
know
me.
you're not supposed to sneak out? Yes, Gramps. Yes, Gramps.
Yes, sir.
You're all grounded for 2 months. Oh. Come on, Gramps.
Ooh.
But we're explorers. Keep that up and I'll make it 3 months. You're lucky that Monsi happened along and was able to save you.
The magical energies surrounding the effigy have dissipated. The effigy's protection has been broken. All that remains is to break the effigy itself.
Fool.
You will die.
You will die screaming. Oractul. Comes. What? What is going on?
What is going on? Grim tidings, I fear.
Going on? How long have I been standing here? A curse. You're saying the whole village was just stuck. I knew there was something terribly wrong with that old crone. It seems that Fallhaven owes you a great debt, stranger. You seek House Waycrest?
I never thought
your
I would
timing could
awake
not be
from
worse.
that accursed
I had
state.
just received a raven regarding Lord
Fallhaven
Waycrest's
is
daughter,
in your
Lucille,
debt, stranger.
shortly before this.
Please, tell us
Curse
how
came
we
upon
can
us.
repay you.
They apprehended her in Fletcher's Hollow and are taking her to trial. They say she is a witch, herself. If she's found guilty, she will surely hang. You must make haste to Hangman's Point. With what you've seen here, maybe you can convince them of her innocence. I must have you to thank. I never thought I would awake from that accursed state.
These are
Fallhaven
dark
is in your debt,
times.
stranger.
Tread carefully.
Please tell us how we can repay you.
Finest wares and cool
We really appreciate you saving our skins, warrior. All that curse battling must have left you famished, though. Care for some sausages? Thanks heaps for getting us out of that pickle, mainlander. I'd hate to ask, but would you be willing to help with another matter? Even before this curse struck the village, our sausage shipments from Carver's Harbor started slowing down. If we don't get them sausages, I won't be able to feed my family. Can you help an honest sausage merchant out? Carver's Harbor is just down the road from here.
Travel safely now. Don't get many travelers here.
A monstrous beast of wood and flesh has been terrorizing the nearby river territories. If any adventurers are brave enough to vanquish this beast, the town of Fallhaven would gratefully proffer a reward. Please report to Mayor White if you wish to help.
You mind your business,
Thank the light someone
and
came.
I'll mind mine.
I can't handle this myself. We're just humble sausage makers. Why would anyone want to hurt us? This is going to sound strange, warrior, but some of my workers were turned into pigs. Lucky I was out on an errand, or I'd have been caught too. Now my people are tied up awaiting processing. Thomas suppresses the urge to retch. I can't get past those monsters, but you look like the sort who could. Not sure if this helps, but I could have sworn I heard some wild cackling coming from the warehouse. Please. Save my people. We're just humble sausage makers. Why would anyone want to hurt us? Wolves with strange, glowing eyes have taken over the area. I don't know what they are or why they're glowing, but it cannot mean anything good. They have to be removed. Please, warrior, slay them before more of my friends are killed. We're just humble sausage makers. Why would anyone want to hurt us? Roland Hacksaw was the best butcher I've ever worked with. But he's gone insane. He's still processing pigs into sausage. You have to stop him.
Even rotten crops regrow.
You'll make for some fine bacon. Hat. Shipments have already gone out.
The glassy eyes of the pig fetish seem to follow you as you approach. The dark power emanating from the witch's fetish must be what is keeping the workers transformed. Perhaps Thomas Stoughton might have some idea what to do with it.
We're just humble sausage makers. Why would anyone want to hurt us? Thank you for sending my workers to a safe spot. Hopefully my men won't have to remain pigs for long. We're just humble sausage makers. Why would anyone want to hurt us? With those monsters gone, no more of my people are going to get killed. We're just humble sausage makers. Poor Roland. He was very good at his work. One of the finest butchers in Drustvar. It is a true shame his talents were put to such horrible use. Removing it didn't break the curse? Damn. We'll have to try something else. That foul thing has to be what's keeping my men transformed into pigs. Well, there isn't too much that can withstand a good cleansing fire. I say we burn it. Toss it into the campfire.
This land is cursed. Don't get many travelers here.
The spell is broken and my men are back to normal. Well, mostly. They're alive at least. Now we can get back to normal around here. If you see Elijah in Fall Haven, tell him he'll get his sausages soon.
May blight fall upon the...
Dust falls from the scroll case as you retrieve it, revealing an ornate etching. The artwork, rendered with obvious care and skill, depicts a scene from a Tortolan pilgrimage. The container has spaces for 12 rolled scrolls, only one of which is occupied. A complete set would likely be quite valuable to a Tortolan collector. Improper. Weak. Me.
You mind your business, and I'll mind mine.
No! Fancy some bits and bobs? Appreciate your pitch,
Lucille Waycrest.
Waycrest.
You
stand accused of practicing witchcraft and of inflicting a curse upon the village of Fletcher's Hollow. You will be hereby tried for...
Constable! A stranger approaches!
Oh, how I loathe interruptions. What is your business here, mainlander? Yes?
Can't you see that we're busy here, warrior? I assume you have a reason for interrupting this trial. So you wish to speak with the accused. I see no reason why not. Be quick about it, though. I will not have our trial delayed. This woman will answer for the fate of our village.
On with the execution. A
riders
trial,
approaching from the woods.
Trial. More interruptions. What is it this time?
Constable Framer, I order you to release the Lady Waycrest into my custody.
Miss stands accused of witchcraft. We will not turn her over unless she is absolved of this crime.
There is no time to argue. If you refuse to stand aside, we'll take her by force.
You will do no such thing, Marshal. I order you to stand down. Drustvar stands firm.
You've arrived at a strange time, mainlander. What is your business here? Rescue? And do you plan on cutting down these villagers to free me, as well? No, if you wish to help, you will need to help me with the Marshal. While their accusations are misplaced, these are still my people, and I will not have them harmed to save me some discomfort. I will let them have their trial, and prove to them my innocence. However, I fear that the Marshal may take matters into his own hands, and I'm a bit tied up here. See if you can convince him to let this trial run its course.
Glory to House Waycrest.
We must act with
So Lady
haste.
Waycrest has asked that you convince me to let her stand trial? I think she underestimates the danger of this situation. This land is dangerous. We should not dally here longer than necessary. The sooner I can return the Lady Waycrest to High Road Gate the better, but I will honor her wishes if we can assure her safety. There are dark things happening in these lands that you don't fully understand. If we must dally, then there are measures that need be taken. First, the wildlife here can serve as eyes to dark powers. Kill them. This land is dangerous. We should not dally here longer than necessary. There is more to worry about in these woods than simple beasts. Our enemy employs constructs of wicker and bone that can rip a man apart. Fortunately for us, These constructs are not very perceptive. Take these traps and set them up throughout the woods behind us. If our enemies do seek to ambush us here, at least these will slow their minions down.
We must remain vigilant.
Hail BRT.
Hi, what's up, dude? I looking for some way to realm, huh? Double frowny face.
Okay, NP.
The battle
This land is
awaits.
dangerous. We should not dally here longer than necessary. Not a beast inside. Good. The foes of this land must not find us here in the open. Good, those traps should alert us in case anything tries to sneak up on us through the woods. You have bought us a modicum of safety, warrior.
Glory to House bought us some time, Mainlander. Let's just hope that these villagers truly mean no harm to the Lady Waycrest. Constable, you may continue this trial.
At last, let's get on with it. Has Miss Waycrest determined how she wishes to be tested?
What is your business?
Witchcraft
with
has long
House
lived in the
Waycrest?
superstitions of the people here. It is only recently that some of these superstitions have become reality. According to tradition, one who is tried for witchcraft is allowed to choose the means by which they are tested from among the requests of her peers. The villagers here no doubt have some strange beliefs of what witches can and cannot do. Speak with them, and see what we can do to prove my innocence.
A steady tiller prevails.
Don't get many travelers
I've
here.
never seen a real witch before. Isn't this exciting? I heard a story a while back that there was a witch who lived in the swamp, and the way the villagers found her out was because the blood flies there wouldn't go near her. They bit everyone else, but wouldn't bite her. They say it was because a witch's blood is so foul that not even a bloodfly will touch it.
Mainlander,
Even
eh?
rotten crops.
The witch's
will
evil
grow.
curse took my son. There will be justice done today. Back in the old days we would weigh them down and throw them into the river. If they resurfaced, we'd know that they had made an unholy pact, and they'd get the news. That's the only way to absolve a witch in my eyes.
Don't get many travelers here.
You mind your business,
Mainland.
and I mind mine.
Something must be done to stop the curse on our village. Surely, killing the witch who cast the spell should break it. I'm not sure. There is a rumor that a witch could never sick up, since their belly is constantly emptied by the dark spirits living within her. I'm not sure how you could prove that, though.
Mainlander, eh?
That woman brought evil into our town. She must be made to pay. I've heard that a witch's flesh is impervious to flame. That's why we hang them when they're found guilty. If you want to convince me, put a torch to her.
You mind your
Even
business,
rotten crops.
and I'll
This
mind
trial is an
mine.
awful thing, but justice must be done for Fletcher's Hollow. Well, my ma always told me that a witch could never cry, no matter how hurt or sad they got. Miss Waycrest didn't cry one bit even after being told she would be put on trial. She must be a witch.
Even rotten crops.
Greetings, Outlander.
Well, those are certainly some interesting beliefs. I think it's safe to rule out the fire and drowning, don't you think? Looks like that leaves us with 3 tests. I am sorry you seem to have been put in the middle of this. These really are good people, but times have been trying of late.
Hail BRT.
The first test should be simple enough. While I may not do so often, I am certainly capable of crying. Though to be honest, I've never had to cry on cue. Maybe you could help with that, though. Nearby there is an onion field that belonged to one of the local farmers. It's abandoned, and most of it is dried up by now, but you might be able to find one onion ripe enough in there to cause some tears. I am sorry you seem to have been put in the middle of this. These really are good people, but times have been trying of late. I am all too familiar with the bloodfly's bite. We had them all over the fields surrounding Waycrest Manor. Though I'm loath to subject myself to them on purpose, if it will help convince these people, I am willing to deal with that nuisance. Find a jar and collect as many bloodflies as you can. They are common in these parts, and shouldn't be hard to find. I am sorry you seem to have been put in the middle of this. These really are good people. This last test I am not looking forward to, but it is certainly better than being set on fire. They say that a witch can't get sick. We will prove to them that I can. A venom comes from the sorrelisks nearby that is used by our healers when a child swallows something they shouldn't. When ingested, it will make you immediately ill, emptying the contents of the stomach. You will need several of their venom glands to get enough venom for an appropriate dose. Removing them intact may prove difficult.
The Coven will pay for their atrocities.
Don't get many travelers
Oh,
here.
hello there. Sorry, we don't get many mainlanders in these parts. This plot was my husband Sam's farm. He used to tend to the onion field every day before the curse befell Glendrick and took him with it. With my husband gone, this farm is all I have left, and these quill rats are making sure I don't get even that. I'd hate to bother a perfect stranger, but could you help quell this infestation? A perfect stranger laughing smiley.
May blight fall upon the Coven. Mind your business, and I'll mind mine. Even rotten crops regrow.
How can I help? Greetings, Outlander.
I am sorry you seem to have been put in the middle of this. These really are good people, but times have been trying of late. Have you had any luck at the onion field? Great, you found one. I was worried that there wouldn't be much left growing on that farm. The people of Drustvar could learn a thing or two from that hardy onion. I am sorry you seem to have been put in the middle of this. These really are good people, but times have been trying of late. Well done. With this many blood flies, at least one is bound to bite. Is the deed done? Good. This toxin should have the desired effect. Gah, I can't believe I'm going to go through with this. I think we have everything we need to conduct 3 of the villagers' tests. Let us hope this is enough to convince them. I'm sure Constable Framer is chomping at the bit to proceed with his trial, and I would prefer it if you were the one to administer the tests. I may not know you well, but I trust you farther than the constable. Speak with him when you are ready to begin. And do me a favor. Make this quick.
Keep your sails true.
Are you quite finished? I'm becoming impatient.
Can't you see I'm busy?
This stalling will not help you. We will find out the truth behind Miss Waycrest soon enough.
Finally, I've important work to do. Finally! The trial can commence! As is customary, the Lady Waycrest has chosen the tests she will undergo to prove her innocence of the accused crime of witchcraft. She has selected this mainlander to administer the tests. An unusual choice, but as a show of good faith, I will allow it. The first test will be the shedding of tears. Let it be known that Miss Waycrest shed not one tear during this entire process. Is the accused even capable of weeping? Show us, that we may pass our judgment.
Go ahead, Mainlander. Show them.
She's crying? Witches can't do that, can they?
Calm down, calm down! There may still be trickery afoot. We will continue with the trial. The second test will be the stinging of insects. It is well known that even the voracious bloodfly will not taste of a witch's vile blood. Release the flies, then watch as they scatter from her bewitched flesh.
Don't worry about me. I can handle a few bug bites. Ow! Oh! Oh! That stings!
The bugs don't seem to be avoiding her. If anything, they're biting more than usual.
Interesting, but hardly conclusive. Let us move on to the final test, the purging of the viscera. It is well known that a witch's power is fueled not by food, but by consuming the souls of her victims. Her insides are an empty husk. Are you prepared to prove otherwise, Miss Waycrest?
Indeed, I shall. The venom, Mainlander. Oh, I don't feel so...
She got sick! That's impossible! Maybe she's not a witch after all. But what of our village?
Quiet! I will be the one passing judgment here! I remain unconvinced. This still does not explain the happenings at Fletcher's Hollow.
What? After all I just went through?
Tests or no, you will only be absolved once we uncover the truth of what happened to our village.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mainlander, but I may have to ask another favor. What is your business with House Waycrest?
Didn't turn out as expected. It appears that my absolution may truly be in your hands. It's obvious the constable won't be swayed until we discover what happened at Fletcher's Hollow. I know very little myself, only that the village has been overrun by monstrous creatures. I must ask that you travel there in my stead and try to uncover what befell the village. I'm sure Marshal Reed will prevent the constable from harming me while you're away. Do this for me, and I will help you as I can.
Fair winds and following seas.
Do you like to fish? I love to fish. Love to catch. I only keep the best. Livers. Stomachs. Hearts. Only the best. Must. Catch. Need more. The gulls. They bite. Scratch. Take. I need them gone. But. I must. Catch. Do you like to fish? I love to. The bait. Almost gone now. Must catch. The crabs. Find them. Get more.
It looks like some of the fish the gulls have been stealing from Art are still intact. He'd probably be happy to get the innards from these as well. These fishing rods must have been left behind when Art moved from the beach. Most of them seem to have bites. Maybe you should reel them up and see what's hooked? That looks like the last of Art's rods. You managed to salvage some of Art's bait with your catch. Waste not, want not.
Do you like to fish? I love to fish. The gulls are no more. Now I can catch more. Yes. Catch more. Do you like to fish? Almost gone. Yes. More meat. I must not. Cannot. Stop. Do you like to fish? What's this? Yes. Geese. More entrails. More innards. Only the best. Still one more. Takes my bait. My fish. My finger. Kill him. You will be rewarded. Is he dead? Yes. Now I can catch. And gut. And catch. More entrails. Only the best for the sisters.
Welcome to Fletcher's Hollow, Mainlander.
Mainlander, eh?
Sorry for the mess, but we've got a bit of a witch problem on our hands. Unless you plan on helping out, I suggest you move along.